Part of our job as graphic designers is to make the ugly, or even just the mundane, beautiful. So here we're looking at a void of wall space above the elevator on the first floor by the gymnasium. And we want to do two things. We want to bring a little beauty into this bleak area of our school, along with informing people and inspiring people with the amazing things we're doing at the Academy of Urban Planning. And to do that, we're going to create a banner that looks a little something like this. So when people are standing at the elevator waiting for it to arrive, they're going to be inspired with this really nifty slogan, cool visuals, and all of the cool activities that we participate in at the Academy of Urban Planning. So how are we going to make this? You're going to find a blank in your email, and it's going to be pretty big. And so to give you a little bit of perspective, this is going to be an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. So we can see that I initially envisioned this as 2 by 4, but what I'm thinking is that it's going to be even bigger than that. So this is going to be a substantial piece of work. In this image, in addition to visuals, we're going to want to include some really nice slogans. So for example, it might say explore new heights. Maybe it's going to say reach for the sky. You can use whatever inspiring slogan you'd like, or one of these two. So how did I make this? And what should you do? You should have at least 4 different sort of components. And you're going to keep in mind that the center of this image is going to be cut out to make room for the um, floor, digital floor notifier, or however we want to call it, that little readout screen. Um, we're going to include the logo, we're going to include the language join us on floors 5 and 6, and this isn't going on just one elevator. There are 2 elevators on each floor, so this is going to go on the first floor, the 5th floor, and the 6th floor. We need a total of 6 minimally amazing posters, and we're going to rotate them out throughout the school year. How did I create some of these visuals, specifically this one of Jalil? What you're going to want to do, if you decide you want to take this route, is find your layer, and then what you're going to do is make sure you're on it. You're going to hold Control. You're going to select the icon so it selects just that image. You're going to press Control J. I lied, and we're going to now do that actually again. So on the second copy, the duplicate we just created, we're going to then go to Filter, and then what we can do is we can go to Sketch, and then you can select whatever filter you think looks pretty nifty. So I believe this is the one that I used. I'm going to zoom out a little bit, and I think that's a pretty cool visual. But if you like that one or this one, let's try Stamp. Sure. And I'm going to press OK. And now what I'm going to do is press Control D to deselect. I'm going to use the eraser tool. I'm going to increase the diameter a little bit, and I'm going to drop down the flow to 60%. And let's see. That looks pretty cool right there. And you know, the hardness I can see is at 100%. What I would definitely want to do, and make sure you guys do this as well, is make it 0%. That way when you're blending it, it's a little bit more smooth. And it looks a little something like that. So that looks pretty cool right there, all of a sudden. Although I think I'm partial to this filter. I think that one looks a little bit better. All right, ladies and gentlemen, you're going to see a few more elements. I'm going to encourage that you vary the kind of visuals that you include. So here we see sort of a single photo of a student sort of zoomed in. Here we've got a nice medium/long shot of Sean playing basketball. Now we have a group of students. We've got one student over here playing football, kind of giving off the impression that he's the sun illuminating everything that's going on. Remember, we're the Academy of Urban Planning, so you can include visuals related to the theme of cities and architecture. If you have any questions, let me know. We're going to work on this for a few days. Send me a JPEG. In fact, don't ever send me a PSD. Simply a JPEG, because it's going to be too big. Otherwise, if you have any questions, let me know. Good luck.